Welcome back, Chargers fans. I am here with Chargers rookie corner Deane Leonard. Deane, how you doing this morning?
I'm good. How are you doing, Tyler?
Doing all right, doing all right. Thanks for being on. You are absolutely the talk of training camp so far, so it's an honor to have you.
Oh yeah,
Um,
thanks for having me.
yeah, I appreciate it. Before we get into camp, and we definitely will focus on that, I wanted to go back just a bit because there was this piece covering Xander Horvath and his agent during the draft that the agent had to leverage the Chargers into drafting him, where he might have gone somewhere else in free agency or an undrafted free agency. That is, what was your experience like? And I guess to start, what was your range expectation for where you thought you'd be drafted or taken this year?
Leading up to the draft, when I talked to my agent, I was hearing, highest was the fourth and the lowest was undrafted. So just kind of going to the draft, I just kept on going on. I just kind of hoped I was gonna get picked up somewhere, and yeah, when undrafted became a possibility, was getting towards the end there. I kind of thought I was going towards the Colts. We had
Hmm.
a preferred undrafted free agent deal with them, but fortunately, I ended up here.
Yeah, I mean, it's working out so far for sure. Did the Chargers ever contact you ahead of the draft? Did you have any idea they were interested?
Yeah, I talked to them through pro days and stuff like that, Zoom calls. I was also supposed to arrange a top 30 meeting with them, but that kind of fell through towards the end. But definitely had a lot
Hmm.
of contact with them in the
Yeah,
process.
that's awesome. That's fantastic. And obviously, they loved you enough to take you, so that works out.
Really
And
can't
then
complain.
sometime this summer, I don't know exactly what the timeline is because I actually had not have heard of this before, but you were a part of this GALvanize program partnership with Katie
Yeah,
Caldwell and the Chargers. Talk to me about that because I actually was not aware that that was a thing. So, what is that, and what was your experience with that?
it was actually really cool. They came in and their thing was we kind of opened up towards the women that came into the building, and then they would go up in front of the entire rookie class and kind of tell our story there. So it was really cool talking to
Wow.
Katie, kind of opening up about personal stuff that you wouldn't usually share with people,
Hmm.
and through that I got to know the guys around me better, but also kind of also have another contact with someone in the media. So it was a great program. It
Yeah,
was
that's
a lot of fun.
fantastic. Is that something you did for a week or a month, or how was that?
It was just one session. It was one like 2.5 hour session.
That's really
But yeah,
cool. Well,
had a
that's
lot of good stuff.
awesome.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, it's awesome that you had, her to talk to, she had you to talk to. So you talked about, you mentioned, you had guys now that you knew because of that program. When you did go to the Chargers, when you finally went to mini camp and of course training camp, is there someone that you've been shadowing so far? I think you knew Amen, no?
Yeah. Eamon's my high school buddy. Yeah, during OTAs and when we had that month off, I was around him a lot. We were training together, and he gave me a lot of advice and stuff like that. And that's someone who's given me a lot of help throughout it. And just kind of watching the entire vet class in the
Mm.
DB room and how they operate and how their mind works. It's been a blessing to be around them.
Yeah, I bet. What a group. It seems like
Yeah.
everyone knows Amen. Everyone I talk to somehow brings up Amen at some point. I don't know if he's everybody's friend or what, but everybody knows him. I don't know why, but popular guy.
Yeah,
Seems like a good dude. I'll have to interview him someday. So I got to ask, I don't know if you have yet, but have you had the opportunity to cover Keenan Allen so far?
I haven't.
Oh, okay.
I started to get some reps earlier. I think I've been against Mike a few times, but not Keenan yet.
Who's been the
Yeah, I know.
toughest cover so far then?
Um, the toughest cover so far. Guyton could get vertical on you fast.
Mm.
That's never fun to play against. But someone could just run past you every play. But um, yeah, probably Guyton so far.
Yeah, you guys have been
Um,
battling. I know there was a highlight the Chargers posted where you broke a pass on him. I think the other day he had a pass on you. So it's a
yeah,
really good battle there for sure. And I mean,
yeah,
he's the fastest guy on the team and he's showing it.
yeah.
And you are like, no matter whatever else is happening during camp, I think the main storyline has been that you're just breaking up passes at a clip. And it felt like that was something you were the best at in college as well. It just seems like a lot of guys don't inherently have that ability and can do that, but you have it seem to be dialed in and you obviously just don't panic, it seems. So, balls in the air, you're defending. How are you processing that when it's in the air?
You have to first off realize your position towards the receiver if you're in phase or out of phase. If he has a step on me and I'm not confident that if I look back for the ball I'll get there, you just look towards playing the hands. In that clip, I just had to play the hands there. But
Hmm.
if you're right on his body, you're in phase and you go up and look for the ball, and it's anyone's ball at that point. So it's just really just realizing your position on the receiver and also his body language. If he's running a deep ball and his shoulders are pointing forwards, you got to keep on running. But if it
Mm.
starts to lean back, that's kind of sink towards the back shoulder, and they got to kind of slow all that down. It's a lot of just snap decisions that you have to make on the fly.
Yeah, and I'm sure at some point the mental kind of just goes away and the physical just takes over
Yeah,
the muscle reflexes, if you will. So I know
yeah.
you guys are going to pads this week and moving forward, of course. Everyone's kind of saying, okay, it's the first, part of training camp. Of course, the defense is going to be winning, but we'll put on the pads and really find out like who's actually dominant. Because to me, like it's very one-sided. It does seem like the DBs are breaking up passes 50 times a day. Not really, but it seems like every time the ball is in the air, you guys are dominating.
Mhm.
Do pads then, does that make it actually easier for you guys or more difficult, do you think, to do your job?
I think it makes it easier. You
Mm,
know, have that physicality in the game, and like it's the same as old linemen trying to block defensive linemen without pads on. There's just less area you can get your hands on there.
yeah.
So once the pads get on, it gets easier for DBs, and obviously, nobody can start hitting them. They were not catching balls down the middle for free. Obviously, we're not going to be cranking them in practice, but adds some more pressure to them if they want to go run a slant.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't wait to see all that. It seemed like there was maybe a bit of chippiness yesterday. I'm not quite sure what was going on. I think Cole knocked over Isaiah as like a welcome to the NFL rookie moment sort of thing. So I think
Yeah,
things are starting to get a little bit heated up, and I can't wait to watch it.
yeah, yeah. That's one thing that they really emphasize in camps. It's the competitive part. You know, once pads gets on, it's just gonna be more competitive. So let's keep on turning up.
Yeah, absolutely. Have you had your own welcome to the NFL rookie moment so far?
I had that in OTAs probably.
Okay.
Yeah, I had that in OTAs. You know, I think 3 days in a row I was against Josh Palmer in the red zone,
I
and
saw one of those. Yeah.
yeah, I got a hitch and go sluggo. He ran like a slant and ran all the way back towards the end zone. I was like, I don't even know what's going on anymore. But yeah, I've already had that.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. I'm glad you got it out of the way then. That's awesome. So, how do you I mean, Josh is fantastic too. It seems like they're really excited about him. Like you line up across him, what is his tells? Like, how are you defending him? I suppose it depends on what the situation is, but like how would you go about defending Josh Palmer to someone who's never done it before?
You know that's the thing. That's one thing that we're still working on with me is developing a plan of the line. First, I have to
Mm,
work on my technique itself. Is also you have to key what kind of receiver you're going against. You know, you're not going to cover Guyton the same way we would guard Keenan. You know,
sure.
it's just two different routes you're going to be going against. You kind of have to prepare for what you expect to see. Also, where they're lined up as well all ties into that.
Hmm. Absolutely. So I know you went to Notre Dame High School, then Calgary, then Ole Miss. Kind of not like long stints, but short stints kind of in those spots. What's kind of the difference then between having to go through all those things and then now being with the Chargers and sort of this scheme? Like, do you have different responsibilities in this defense than you're used to at those places?
Um, I would say this scheme reminds me a lot of what I went to university in Canada as well for 3 years. This scheme kind
Hmm.
of reminds me of that scheme. Um, the in Ole Miss I was playing a lot of true zones. Here it's a lot
Gotcha.
more match zones where it almost feels like man to man every play, but you have zone responsibilities as well. So it reminds me a lot of that. At Ole Miss, we a lot of true zones. So that is something that is different here.
Gotcha. To someone who does not know, can you explain match zone to me?
So a match zone is if I say that am I allowed to talk about that? I'm not even sure if
I
I'm
don't
allowed
know.
to.
Never mind
I
then.
was going to go into it,
I'll
but
delete
I'm
it. I'll
not sure.
delete it. Never mind.
Yeah. But it's. I'll say we're just not dropping the grass. That's the biggest thing. You're more matching a receiver.
Okay. Sounds good. No, I appreciate you sharing as much as you absolutely could there because
Yeah. No,
I don't know what it is. So I was like, oh, what
yeah.
is
I'm
that?
not trying to get in trouble.
Yeah, yeah. Like, you can, all good. I want to keep you on the team. It's working out so far. I won't get you in trouble. I appreciate it. All
Uh,
right, man. I appreciate you for taking the time to do this. I really appreciate it. Pads are coming on. What are you looking forward to the most this week? Like, is there something you're working on or someone you want to cover like Keenan on? What are you like? Oh my gosh, this week I want to do this.
um, just get more hands and balls. Keep on putting good stuff on tape. That's what it's about. And I was just gonna make plays, but just have constant effort. That's something that I want to be doing. Just when they that last frame of film, like who's gonna be around the ball, I want to be that guy there every time. That's kind of what I'm looking
Mm.
forward to.
I did see you do that a couple of times. You were running down the field and trying to just even the guy had scored, scored already, and you were still
Yeah,
running down the field to just
yeah,
tap him to let him know. So I see that. I actually do see
yeah.
that. Good job.
first few days great about it. The last day, I think I got a little tired. I watched the dude run down the opposite sideline. And I thought about it. I was like, bro, I am tired, and I still got some plays left. So I was like, I gotta relax. But we'll get back on it on Monday.
Yeah, no, I completely understand. That's awesome. Appreciate you sharing that. All right, man. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your week, dude, and
Yeah.
good luck this year.
All right, thank you. You too.
Take care.